Okay, deep breaths, everyone. Welcome back to the MA English Cafe. Today, we're facing our demons, our shopping demons. It's emotional spending. Why we buy things we don't need. Ben, confess. What's your most absurd purchase? The one you look at and just cringe.
Ugh, Jenny, where do I even start? My most absurd, definitely the professional grade garlic press. I use garlic occasionally. This thing cost a small fortune. It looked so shiny, so efficient. I convinced myself it was an investment for my culinary future. I've used it maybe twice. My old cheap one worked perfectly fine. Why did I think this was logical? At the time, it felt like a crucial life upgrade.
A garlic press? That's brilliant. Mine might be worse. I once bought a limited edition spork. Yes, a spork. It was advertised as the ultimate picnic utensil. It was neon green. I don't even go on picnics. And who needs a limited edition spork? My brain said, it's unique. You need unique. The logic was flawless in the moment. Now it just sits there, judging me.
A limited edition spork. That's a new level of consumerism. But it perfectly illustrates the problem. Our brains. They completely trick us at the store. We walk in for milk, we leave with a mood ring and a tiny robot vacuum for ants. How does this happen? It's pure wizardry.
It is wizardry. It's like a temporary insanity. 1 minute, you're a rational adult. The next, you're convinced a novelty hat shaped like a slice of pizza will somehow complete your life. The instant gratification hits. That little dopamine rush. You feel powerful, like you're making a great decision.
Right. It's the future me fallacy. Future me will totally use this. Future me will be so organized with these 12 matching storage boxes for things I don't even own. Spoiler alert, future me still lives in chaos and doesn't own those things. It's almost funny how easily we fall for it. The immediate emotion completely overpowers common sense.
Oh, absolutely. It's often triggered by a feeling. Stressed? Buy something. Happy? Celebrate with a purchase. Bored? Online shopping cure. The store is basically a therapist that gives you bills. We tell ourselves, this will make me feel better. And for 5 minutes, maybe it does. Then the credit card statement arrives. Oof.
That's the cold shower, isn't it? The post-purchase clarity. Like that time I bought a giant inflatable flamingo for a pool I don't have. My apartment is tiny. It just looked so happy online. My inner child screamed, "Flamingo!" My adult self now trips over it daily. It was a purely emotional buy, zero practical value.
An inflatable flamingo with no pool. Ben, you're a legend. It's the story of our lives. These are things we don't need, but in that retail environment, everything looks appealing. The lighting, the music, the clever marketing. We're being scammed in stores by our own feelings. Hey, if you're laughing along with our shopping woes, hit that like button. It helps us keep sharing these totally relatable real-life English conversations. And maybe save someone from buying a giant inflatable animal.
Seriously, the marketing is insidious. They know exactly how to push our emotional buttons. Limited time offer, only 3 left. Suddenly, my rational brain goes offline. My lizard brain takes over. Must acquire. How do we even begin to control ourselves while shopping? It's like a superpower we need to learn.
It truly is a superpower. One strategy, the 24-hour rule. If you see something you think you want, especially an impulse buy, don't buy it immediately. Wait 24 hours. Put it in your online cart or take a picture. If you still want it tomorrow and can logically justify it, then maybe. 9 times out of 10, you forget about it or realize it was a fleeting fancy. That English vocabulary for fleeting fancy is perfect here.
That's smart. That cooling off period is crucial. I bet my professional garlic press wouldn't have made it past the 24-hour rule. Another one is to set a budget and stick to it ruthlessly. Not just for groceries, but for fun money or impulse buys. Know your limit. And don't carry credit cards if you know you're prone to overspending. Cash only if possible. That physical act of handing over money feels different. It feels real.
It absolutely does. Cash feels finite. Cards feel endless. And what about the one-in, one-out rule? Especially for clothes or household items. If you buy a new shirt, an old one has to go. It forces you to evaluate actual need versus just accumulating more stuff. It makes you think, is this new thing really better than something I already own?
That's brilliant for decluttering too. It combats the natural tendency to just acquire. Another tactic. Shop with a list and stick to it, period. No browse the aisles for inspiration. You're there for specific items, get them, get out. It's boring, yes, but it saves your wallet and your sanity.
So boring, but so effective. Avoid browse. That's where the brain tricks start. Oh, shiny. I didn't know I needed a miniature novelty squirrel holding an acorn that also dispenses toothpicks. And suddenly, it's in your basket. Another simple tip, don't shop when you're emotional. If you're stressed, sad, bored, or overly excited, those are the prime times your brain is most susceptible to impulse buys. Step away from the checkout.
That's crucial. Our emotions are like open doors for marketers. They know that. When I'm bored, I start browse online stores, just for entertainment. It's a dangerous game. Instead, I try to grab a good book or even practice some English pronunciation exercises. Anything to distract from the siren call of online sales.
Yes, redirect that energy. Or call a friend. Talk about your feelings instead of buying something to bury them. And remember the long-term impact. Is this thing I'm about to buy truly adding value? Or is it just temporary comfort? It's a challenge, yes, but controlling our spending gives us so much more freedom. If you're nodding along and thinking, yeah, I need to try that, then definitely subscribe to the MA English channel. We're all in this together, learning English skills and smarter life habits.
Okay, so we've armed ourselves with some defense mechanisms, but let's talk about the recovery, the aftermath. When you do inevitably buy something absurd, how do we deal with it? Do we wallow?
Absolutely not. No wallowing. First, acknowledge it. Okay, Jenny, you bought a neon green spork. It was a silly moment. Don't beat yourself up. We're human. We make mistakes. The key is to learn from it. Analyze why you bought it. What emotion was driving it? Was it boredom, stress, the thrill of a deal?
That self-reflection is powerful. It's like a mini therapy session in English. Understanding the trigger helps you avoid it next time. And then, what do you do with the actual item, the flamingo, the spork? Do we keep them as monuments to our past follies?
Sometimes. The spork stays. It's a reminder. But for most things, return it if you can. Seriously, don't let shame stop you. If you can't return it, donate it or sell it. Get it out of your space. It frees up physical space and mental space. The goal isn't just to control future spending, but also to clear out the clutter from past emotional spending.
That's a great point. Donating the inflatable flamingo might give someone else a laugh and me some floor space. It's about taking action, not just lamenting. And what about finding alternatives to emotional spending? Instead of buying, what can we do when those feelings hit?
Excellent question. Instead of shopping, redirect that impulse. Go for a walk. Call a friend. Read a book. Listen to a free English podcast. Do a quick English speaking practice exercise. Learn a new English phrase. Write in a journal about how you're feeling. Engage in a hobby. Cook something. Do literally anything else that doesn't involve your wallet. The goal is to feel the emotion, but not let it dictate your spending.
So it's about building healthy coping mechanisms, not just for our finances, but for our overall mental well-being. It's about being proactive, recognizing those triggers and having a go-to alternative ready. It's truly a skill that improves your life on so many levels. It's not just about money, it's about self-control, mindfulness, and living intentionally.
Precisely. This episode isn't just about saving money. It's about gaining control over our impulses, over our emotions. It's about smarter living, about making conscious choices. And that applies to everything from our wallets to our English learning journey. When we control our habits, we control our lives.
Well said, Jenny. This has been a surprisingly hilarious and incredibly useful discussion. I'm looking at my garlic press with new eyes now.
As I am my spork. Thank you all for joining us today at the MA English Cafe.
Yes, thank you, friends. And tell us in the comments, what's your funniest or most absurd emotional purchase, and how do you fight the urge to shop when your brain tries to trick you? We want to hear your stories and your strategies.